So, I've tried to make this video like at least 5 or 6 times now, and I'm ugh. So now I won't care to do an intro, but there is a major grail for me in this one, and yeah, there is nothing really to intro here. But first off, I've been on a real thin fantasy kick as of late. So I got Jailbreak, their sixth or seventh album, or maybe fifth, sixth, or seventh. I believe it is. But yeah, this one has the big hit. The boys also big town on it. Came out in 1966, the same year as Johnny the Fox. So they had two great albums in 1 year. I personally prefer Johnny the Fox over this one, but there's the inside and the back is just nothing really special with it. So this album features, of course, Phil Lynott on bass and guitar, Scott Gorham and Brian Robertson or Robbo on guitars, and Brian Downey on drums. Uh, so my favorites on this one include Jailbreak, the Boys of Town, of course, and Emerald. I think are my favorite one on this. Now we also have Live Ninjas, one of the quintessential live albums ever, and this one is either from the Tour of Bad Reputation, or or I think Jailback is the album before Bad Reputation, but it is a Bad Reputation song on this one. So I I think it is the Better Reputation tour, but feel free to correct me in the comments. Nothing really on the back. It is the same lineup as the Jailbreak album, and yeah. So there's a photo of the band live. I I I'm not really like, I haven't heard this live album a lot. I picked it up more because it was Lizzie, and I'm a big face about Thin Lizzy, and then it's one of the quintessential live albums, so I need to listen to this more. So yeah, Live Dangerous. Now we have Running Wild with Gates to Purgatory. This one came out in 1984 and is one of the underrated gems for like first wave of black metal. I don't know if many people consider this first wave black metal, but first off, they're heavy, and two, they sing about Satan, so they're basically a first wave of black metal, either way you turn it. So there's the back, nothing really too special, and the inside is pretty like boring as well. The booklet features an interview with Rock and Rolf, the vocalist and one of the guitar players, and it also features some photos of the band in the appropriate era. But also on this album we have Preacher and guitars on, and probably backing vocals, Stefan on bass and Hashe on drums. I don't know how to pronounce that, to be honest. So sorry if I butchered that. But yeah, Victim States Power is a classic from this album. I think everyone should hear that song. Also, Black Demon is great, and Souls of Hell. Those are probably my three favorites of this one. So yeah, great album. And yeah, just to talk about power metal in the theme of Running Wild, I'm not really into the Running Wild like pirate metal thing that they did. Uh, I've heard Under Jolly Roger, the one with the boat on it, but didn't really click with me. So the first one, about an X album, definitely one of my favorite Running Wild albums. But yeah, and generally I think of power metal, and not power metal, pirate metal is something just like, oh, it's we are goofing around, like, like any storm, like, fucked with an anchor. How could anyone take that song? Like, they are obviously not taking it seriously. So yeah, it just gets this kind of not serious stigma that I think that destroys. Why just call it like power metal? Because most of the pirate metal or power metal, to my knowledge. Well, it's more speed metal though, but yeah. But now my rant of power metal is over. Now, this is, I think, almost every metalhead has, at least 80s metalhead that likes 80s heavy metal has this in the collection. Has Welcome to Hell by Venom. I technically already have this in the compilation called From Hell to the Unknown, I think it's called. But it was just an entirety of Welcome to Hell, but I wanted it on CD as well, so here it is. A legit copy of it. So there's the back. I think it's atrocious, but yeah. And I think they tried to make one of those Iron Maidens with a spine, because it's V from Venom, and I think it's the E there, but you can't see because it's pretty dark. Yeah, but they're supposed to line up. The inside is the original LP, and there is the Neat Records logo, but in black and white. So it's like this logo. Now we have the Venom 7-inch from the black metal era, though. But there's that, and there's also a gold label that's on the Raven single. I know that, and I think there is that it is. Oh fuck! No, I probably made a seam split there, but sorry if anyone got a heart attack about that. It doesn't seem to be that much, but yep. But back to Welcome to Hell. But on the back there, it's just that with other available in the line of Venom stuff like that. So, and there's that again. Favorite tracks on this are Welcome to Hell, really groovy, and of course Reaching Hour, the first. If you ask me, that is the first thrash song ever. But and in Leave Satan's Grey is a classic, really like. Also groovy riffs. Venom on this one was fairly groovy, and also in Dust's Grey, but Angel Dust on this one with their early demos and all that stuff. I think that maybe is on this as well. There's an Angel Dust demo, so I think if you just get this version, you don't need to get this one to get the Angel Dust demo, But that one is a little bit more of New Ambition metal. They had the first singer. I don't know his name, but now we're gonna go through the lineup and the absolute like weird shit they say. Okay, Kronos, bulldozer bass and vocals. Mantis chainsaw guitar dives. Like what the hell is that even? And Abaddon drums and nuclear warheads. Yeah, but this is a classic everyone should have. I really love Venom. This is unfocused as hell, but I really do love Venom, and Venom is one of my favorite bands. Like this top 10, probably top 5 as well. If you catch me on the right day. Okay. Now we have all Swedish related bands. Two of them are with Swedish members, and 2 of them are entirely Swedish. So this is Torch with Fire Razor. This is one of those first Swedish metal bands. This one is it's the first EP, I believe. I can't recall if they had a single before this one. I think they might have. I don't know, to be honest. But there's the back. The cover isn't that great. And on the inside is just the back, but it's just the back, really. This one is a Metal Blade 1990 reissue, and it originally came out in 1982. And yeah, so I also suggest picking this up. The title track is really good on this one, so definitely pick this up if you can find it. So next up is a band that people mostly think of. They think of it like glammy sound, or what you gonna call it. They're like a little bit more commercial sound, but this is their more heavy metal sounding albums. One of the two. So this is the first self-titled debut album, and then we win Wings of Tomorrow. The the cover on this is decent, nothing really too special, and the package is pretty meh. But this is a music on CD pressing, yeah, and at least people speak so. I have music on, Iceland is swallowed like fucking air or something. I don't know. But so the inside looks like this. Nothing really too special. Uh, this came out in '93, smack dab in the middle of the first Swedish heavy metal scene. We started in like '81 and then ended in like '86 or something like that. '85, '86. That's the decline of the first Swedish heavy metal scene. But yeah, and my favorite on this one is Seven Doors Hotel, which also was re-recorded on Rock the Night, the single. At least the first issue of it that had the option to cover. I don't know if I believe there's still on the Rock the Night that came out on the Funny Countdown version. That might have a different B side. I don't know, to be honest, but I think it's still the same song. So Europe with their first album. Now we have all the Swedish related. So this is the second last one. Is Yngwie Malmsteen with his third album, trilogy, and his I think it's his breakout album, because I think the other ones were fairly unknown. I could be wrong on that one, but this just feel like when he became more like commercial, stuff like that. But I still really dig this album. It's my favorite Yngwie album, and he's just a phenomenal guitar player. Even though his head is up his ass, like he will probably like see through his fucking nipples. His head is so much up his ass, but you can't deny he is a great guitar player. Even if his style maybe isn't your personal cup of tea with all the shredding, he he's on paper a good guitar player for any standard. But the back there, nothing really on the inside. This just is the original inner sleeve of the LP. And okay, so my favorite on this one is Queens in Love. That's a great song. And Liar is really good and truly sweet up 5. That it's just like a guitar like shred wankery, but I really dig it. So let me. But Yngwie with the trilogy. So this is the last one and the grail of this video. I've been searching for this for like 1 or 2 years, around that point now. And yeah, it's Conspiracy by King Diamond. This is an original Roadrunner from 1989. So this is my least favorite 80s King Diamond album. Maybe it's because I've heard it the least. It's probably why, but I just haven't got any attachment to the songs or anything like that. Well, I think he played Sleepless Nights on when I saw him 2 years ago, around that. I know he plays Sleepless Nights, but I think he might play something else. I don't know, but I just really wanted this to first complete my collection, and two because it's supposed to be a great album. Many people favorite Skin Diamond, but no, not really for this one is the worst of the 80s for me. So yeah, or so I forgot to show. The disc artwork on this one is really good. I really like it. So there's that, and at this point in time, Mickey D played more. He played sessions on this one, so he wasn't a full-time member. but otherwise it's Hal Patino on bass and Angel Rock and People Black on guitars, and of course King Diamond on vocals. He's like him and Andy are the only ones still remaining in the band from the first 2 or 3 lineups, or first or the second lineup. And or no, they have a different bass player, they have a different other guitar player, and they have a different drummer. So that, yeah, but I don't know how long they have been in the band, but yeah. So yeah, this was my like really loose and not scripted at all. Of course they are, because it's my channel. Do I look like I know shit? But yeah. Now I'm gonna go ahead and listen to my new albums, and I'm gonna cry because this video is finally done, and I tried for, since like 10 in the morning to do this. So yeah, this is Edgar signing out, and stand up and shout.